Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Tell you, I am bugged by this scandal, this SignalGate. It's just given the left another thing to latch onto and harp on for years, just like January 6th. Somebody obviously screwed up big time. And because of the psychotic hatred of Donald Trump and everybody around him, this screw up is being amplified to about the millionth power. And not only was there the initial incompetence of including the journalist on the message, but then, I don't know if it's a lie, but they misled people that there was nothing to it. Well, the actual launch times were on it. So if that's not classified, I don't know why it wouldn't be. But it just made the problem that much worse. So I wish they'd just take your lumps, have a press conference. Here's what I would say to the country. We understand that after going 4 years without ever holding the last administration accountable for anything, including a commander-in-chief whose mental faculties diminished right before our eyes every single day, and all of you completely ignored it, hid it, lied about it. We understand that all of a sudden now you have a renewed zeal to vigorously prosecute this administration in the public square. With all of that said, yeah, we had a bad moment where someone was included in our war planning strategy that should not have been. Now, fortunately, that reporter is enough of a patriot that he didn't divulge that information until after the attack happened. And we commend him for his restraint on that and not endangering American lives. As for the leak, though, we didn't want to have to fire the person involved because it was an honest mistake. But it was egregious enough that we had to take action. So the responsible party has been dealt with. We have also ensured going forward that the necessary steps have been taken to make certain that a similar occurrence can never happen again. The end. Done. When it comes up again and again at subsequent media events, just refer them to that statement. Yeah, we dealt with that. We made our statement on that. That's all we have to say about it. But they love this. On the Democrat side, they love this, because, just as they loved January 6th, because look at how they've harped on it for 5 stinking years. It's agonizing. It's just really agonizing. And you hate to give them any sort of legitimacy to hammer the president and his actions any harder than they already do. But this is kind of a nightmare at this particular juncture because he's been on such a roll. The American people agree with what he's doing. They're behind him. They want it to happen. They're ignoring the Democrats. It's hurting their party. And then along comes this. Ugh. But yesterday, President Trump announced new tariffs on automobiles, any foreign automobiles that are imported into the country. Going to get a little pricier.
Doing is a 25% tariff on all cars that are not made in the United States. If they're made in the United States, there's absolutely no tariff. We start off with a 2.5% base, which is what we were at, and we go to 25%. Ooh. And basically, as you know, and as you've been seeing, not reporting as accurately as it should be reported because it's a massive story. Business is coming back to the United States so that they don't have to pay tariffs.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're saying that you could have your new car prices going up between $3,500 and $12,000. That's what the experts are saying at this point. We shall see.
Well, they will go up a lot, right? They have to.
I mean, there's going to be
They have to.
There's going to be a painful period until they start building them locally, right?
Yes.
Domestically.
Uh-huh. That or everybody else drops their tariffs on American products, and then we can level that playing field. But nobody seems to be heading that direction, except for India. India's gotten wise to it, and they took some actions. He also talked about drug tariffs.
Also, we'll be doing pharmaceuticals. And to bring our industry back, we want to bring pharmaceuticals back to the country. And the way you bring it back to the country is by putting up a wall. And the wall is a tariff wall. We were the richest country in the world. We were at our richest from 1870 to 1913. That's when we were a tariff country.
Okay.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, we were a tariff country, but then we also became an income tax country. So then you got both to deal with. And that's suboptimal, if you ask me. I don't know. We'll see if this is a game of chicken again, if he's still negotiating. Did he mention when this kicks in? Is it immediate? Or is
my understanding was April 2nd, like the other ones. But
okay,
is that right, Chris? Do we know for a fact?
That I don't know. Okay. The new ones, I don't know if these are April 2nd.
Okay. Yeah, 25% more. So just figure,
Wednesday.
just a nice round figure, $100,000 car is going to cost you $125,000 now. Oof. I'm not a fan.
Guess I'll be going to Napa more often.
Yeah. Wow. Now, let's check out the PBS NPR hearing in Congress yesterday. Take a look at how PBS has treated Christians. This is something to keep in mind for when we go through all of the audio from the hearing. But this is how Christians and conservatives were treated on PBS and NPR over the years.
I don't think I have any Jesse Helms defenders here, Nina.
Not me. I think he ought to be worried about about what's going on in the good Lord's mind, because if there's retributive justice, he'll get AIDS from a transfusion, or one of his grandchildren will get it.
The man is on the court. You know, I hope his wife feeds him lots of eggs and butter, and he dies early like many black men do of heart disease.
The idea got into their minds that to kill other people is a great thing to do, and that they would be rewarded in the hereafter.
But Christians do that every single day in this country.
Do they blow people up every single day?
Yes, Christians every day. People walk in the post office. I mean,
Fidel is now 61 years old, but his charisma remains as strong as ever. Fidel touched this young machine adjuster, and the man enjoyed a mild ecstasy. I know the feeling. He has inspired the majority with his charisma.
In 2010, there was a Tea Party rally at the Capitol. Did you have a sense from listening to that rally and the people there that they were as much interested in being anti-black as they were anti-Obamacare?
America is exceptionally religious, has always been exceptionally religious compared to the rest of...
Founded by people who were seeking religious freedom.
Well, that's a charitable way of putting it. Founded also by a theocratic cult of religious nuts.
Right.
This week, 82 years ago, Kristallnacht happened, and in that tower of burning books, it led to an attack on fact, knowledge, history, and truth. After 4 years of a modern-day assault on those same values by Donald Trump, the Biden-Harris team pledges a return to norms, including the truth.
Oh, yeah, right. Remember that? Remember that truthful movement of the Biden administration? Oh, man. Those days don't come back, I hope. Then there was Representative Brandon Gill.
Love this guy.
NPR CEO Katherine Marr.
Do you believe that America is addicted to white supremacy?
I believe that I tweeted that, and as I've said earlier, I believe much of my thinking has evolved over the last half decade.
It has evolved. Why did you tweet that?
Yeah.
I don't recall the exact context, sir, so I wouldn't be able to say.
Okay. Do you believe that America believes in black plunder and white democracy?
I don't believe that, sir.
You tweeted that in reference to a book you were reading at the time, apparently, The Case for Reparations.
I don't think I've ever read that book, sir.
You tweeted about it. You said
interesting.
You took a day off to fully read The Case for Reparations. You put that on Twitter in January of 2020.
2020? I don't recall that I did.
Pause it.
Okay.
I mean, how old were you in 2020? I was 4.
Oh, so was I.
Were you really?
I was also 4.
So that's interesting. Because somehow we aged differently since then. But yeah, we were both 4 years old in 2020. Well, that's why she can't remember. It was such ancient history. How can you ask me to go clear back then? This is amazing. And there's more.
Okay. I no doubt that your tweet there is correct, but I don't recall.
Okay. Do you believe that white people inherently feel superior to other races?
I do not.
You don't? You tweeted something to that effect. You said, I grew up feeling superior. Ha, how white of me. Why did you tweet that?
I think I was probably reflecting on what it was to grow up in an environment where I had lots of advantages.
It sounds like you're saying that white people feel superior.
I don't believe that anybody feels that way, sir. I was just reflecting on my own experiences.
Do you think that white people should pay reparations?
I have never said that, sir.
Yes, you did. In January of 2020, you tweeted, yes, the North, yes, all of us, yes, America, yes, our original collective sin and unpaid debt, yes, reparations, yes, on this day.
I don't believe that was a reference to fiscal reparations, sir.
What kind of reparations was it a reference to?
I think it was just a reference to the idea that we all owe much to the people who came before us.
That's a bizarre way to frame what you tweeted.
Is.
Okay, how much reparations have you personally paid?
Sir, I don't believe that I've ever paid reparations.
Okay, it's just for everybody else.
I'm not asking anyone
Seems
to pay
to be what you're suggesting. Do you believe that looting is morally wrong?
I believe that looting is illegal, and I refer to it as counterproductive. I think it should be prosecuted.
Do you believe it's morally wrong, though?
Of course.
Of course. Then why did you refer to it as counterproductive? It's a very different way to describe it.
It is both morally wrong and counterproductive, as well as being illegal.
You tweeted, it's hard to be mad about protests in reference to the BLM protests, not prioritizing the private property of a system of oppression.
Incredible.
You didn't condemn the looting. You said that it was counterproductive. NPR also promoted a book called In Defense of Looting. Do you think that that's an appropriate use of taxpayer dollars?
I'm unfamiliar with that book, sir, and I don't believe that was at my time
You
at NPR.
tweeted that you read that book, but...
I don't believe that I did read that.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
She had a fun day.
Yeah. Well, she just sat there and lied about everything, every position she's ever had. So, congratulations on that. Representative Gill also went through some NPR editorials. It should be fun.
First of all, I do want to say that NPR acknowledges that we were mistaken in failing to cover the Hunter Biden laptop story more aggressively and sooner. Our current editorial leadership.
Wuhan?
We recognize that we were reporting at the time, but we acknowledge that the new CIA evidence is worthy of coverage and have covered it.
Okay, so sorry we didn't cover, the Hunter Biden and the Wuhan thing properly as we were crafting our narrative to defend liberals.
Yeah, obviously every mainstream outlet should make that apology because they all did the same thing. And some of them are still doing it. All right, cut 30 is where Gill asks her about the NPR editorials.
A few years ago, NPR educated America about, quote, the whole community of genderqueer dinosaur enthusiasts. Do you think that that's an appropriate use of tax dollars?
I was not at NPR at the time, sir.
That's not the question, though. Do you think that that's an appropriate use of our tax dollars?
I think our tax dollars that we use are to be able to provide a wide range of
I'll take that as a yes. You do believe that that's appropriate. Your health advisor at NPR also stated in an interview that, quote, fear of fatness is more harmful than actual fat. Would you like to explain how fear of fatness is more harmful than actual fat? That's an
Your
editorial
tax dollars
at
at work.
NPR.
Oh, you
I
gotta
am
be
not
kidding
familiar with
me.
the editorial, and I don't believe that was published during my time here.
It's called Diet Culture is Everywhere. Here's how to fight it. Do you think that that's an appropriate use of taxpayer dollars?
I think any reporting on health is an appropriate use of taxpayer dollars, yes.
And you think that editorializing that fat is not unhealthy is appropriate?
I don't know what that article is, sir, and I'm not familiar with it, so I couldn't say.
This is fake news. Do you think that basic accommodations like doorways or seat belts represent, quote, latent fat phobia?
I don't have an opinion.
It's also from NPR. Do you think civility is racist?
No, sir.
No. Well, your outlet ran an article entitled, quote, when civility is used as a cudgel against people of color.
Oh, good gosh.
That was on All Things Considered.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to explain?
I'm not on the editorial side, sir. I'm not familiar with that story.
You talk about how NPR is news. Wow. This is editorialization, and I'll read it. For many people of color in the United States, civility isn't so much social lubricant as it is a vehicle for containing them, preventing social mobility, and preserving the status quo. This is garbage. I'll spend all of my time doing everything I can to ensure you guys never get another dollar of taxpayer funding. This is complete garbage. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Called on the carpet. Just a tad there. It's pretty hard to defend that you're just a mouthpiece for leftist propaganda. And that's what NPR and PBS have been forever. In fact, they've admitted in the past, apparently that's not their tact now, but they've admitted in the past that they were very liberal. Remember the guy responsible for Sesame Street said, yeah, we had an agenda that was progressive.
Oh, yeah.
On purpose. Okay. All right. Thank you for at least admitting that.
I think the next clip bears that out.
Wow. We'll get to that in just a sec. First, let me tell you about the Jace case. This could really save your bacon. It is so important to have emergency essentials on hand. You know, a plan with your family for an evacuation route, and if you're separated when an emergency happens, where are you going to meet? Do you have extra food? Do you have all of these things? How about medication? That's where Jace comes in. The Jace case has these antibiotics that can treat the most common and deadly bacterial infections. You can get add-ons like ivermectin if you want, and all you have to do is go to the website, fill out a quick form, they'll review it, and then send you your Jace case. You can even get your daily medications. It's Jace Daily. Look into all of it because it's definitely worth it for the peace of mind you get. And then the convenience, too. If you're sick, you know what it basically is because you've had it before. Maybe you're away from your doctor and pharmacy. You've got your antibiotics on hand for you. It's Jace. Go there, use the promo code PAT at checkout for a nice discount. And you can also enter their giveaway. JASE.com. It's Jace.com.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
So Representative Garcia asked if, we were just talking about Sesame Street, where Bert and Ernie, are they part of a homosexual agenda?
Now this guy's a jerk.
The American people want to know, is Elmo now, or has he ever been, a member of the Communist Party of the United States?
A
yes or no?
No.
Now, are you sure, Ms. Kruger? Because he's obviously a red.
Well, he is a puppet, but no.
Now, that's not all. He also has a very dangerous message about sharing and helping each other. He's indoctrinating our kids that sharing is caring. Now, maybe he's part of a major socialist plot, and maybe that's why the chairwoman is having this hearing today. But let's talk about somebody else. Let's talk about Cookie Monster. Now, we know that Health Secretary RFK Jr. is coming out against fast food and baked goods. Are we silencing pro-cookie voters?
Pro-cookie.
Yes or no? Ms. Kruger.
But cookies are a sometime food.
Well, thank you. And now, I agree with you. And let's also talk about the most important, maybe, character on Sesame Street. This is actually Big Bird. Now, Ms. Kruger, since Elon Musk actually fired USDA workers who have been working on the bird flu, does it make sense to also fire
He's trying
Big Bird?
so
Yes or no?
hard. He's so funny.
We would like to keep Big Bird.
I completely agree with you. And now it gets
fun at
even
parties,
worse.
you
Now,
can
this
tell.
is actually a tweet that Big Bird actually sent out about the COVID-19 vaccine, encouraging folks to actually get their vaccination.
That's a shame.
Which, of course, we believe in vaccines. Now, perhaps the reason why we're having this hearing is because our chairwoman, Ms. Green, has actually said some really negative things about getting vaccinations. And that perhaps is why we are here. And so we support Big Bird being pro-vaccine and promoting vaccines across this country. Now, I will admit, though, the extreme liberal agenda that you're all pushing, I think, doesn't stop there. This, of course, is Bert and Ernie. Now, these two guys actually live together.
Yeah, you already went through this.
They're supportive of each other.
You started with
Now, that
this.
might be triggering to our chairwoman and someone in this committee, and perhaps that's also why we're here today.
Wow.
Ms. Kruger, an important question. Are Bert and Ernie part of an extreme homosexual agenda?
No.
All right, we got to the bottom of it.
Wow.
No.
Wow. She just freely and openly answered that question? Huh. How brave of her. That was just a brave performance by both of them. And it was a performance, just kabuki theater, just so ridiculous. So maybe Bert and Ernie aren't part of the homosexual agenda, but Elmo sure is, right?
What? Hi! Elmo and I wanted to share that everyone is always welcome on Sesame Street. This month and every month, we want to uplift and celebrate our LGBTQIA plus family, friends, and communities.
Yeah, that's right, Miss Ariana. From our Sesame Street family to yours, happy Pride!
All right.
Elmo loves you.
And I love you, Elmo.
Oh, look, they're hugging. That's cute.
So, happy Pride
Yeah, happy
month.
Pride.
If you're proud of your sexual preference, this is our tribute on Sesame Street to you. Incredible.
But no agendas over there whatsoever.
No.
I don't know why you'd even bring that up.
Yeah, it's silly. I mean, next you'll be trying to eliminate Big Bird because he's got bird flu or something. I don't know.
Bird flu.
Yeah. How did he avoid the culling?
I don't know. He's the biggest and
the
scariest,
biggest,
right?
So he should have gone first.
He's like the face.
He is the face.
Face of infected birds everywhere.
Wow. And of course, as we mentioned at the beginning, the Democrats refuse to let the Signal app flap go. They're just going to continue this until such time as I don't know, the Trump administration ends in 2028. Maybe then. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard set the record straight yesterday.
I want to address briefly the Signal chat issue that I know many of you are concerned about. The President and National Security Advisor Waltz held a press conference yesterday with a clear message. It was a mistake that a reporter was inadvertently added to a Signal chat with high-level national security principals having a policy discussion about imminent strikes against the Houthis and the effects of the strike. The National Security Advisor has taken full responsibility for this, and the National Security Council is conducting an in-depth review along with technical experts working to determine how this reporter was inadvertently added to this chat.
Elon and Doge are looking into it.
Conversation was candid and sensitive. But as the President National Security Advisor stated, no classified information was shared. There were no sources, methods, locations, or war plans that were shared. This was a standard update to the National Security Cabinet that was provided alongside updates that were given to foreign partners in the region. The Signal Message app comes pre-installed on government devices. In December of 2024, CISA stated, quote, "We strongly urge highly targeted individuals to immediately review and apply best practices provided in the guidance to protect mobile communications, including consistent use of end-to-end encryption." And they named Signal as an app as an example of such an end-to-end encrypted messaging app. Ideally, these conversations occur in person. However, at times, fast-moving coordination of an unclassified nature is necessary where in-person conversation is not an option. I'm also aware that a lawsuit was filed yesterday on this issue. As a result of that pending litigation, I'm limited in my ability to comment further on that specific case. My Office of General Counsel will be in close contact with the Department of Justice on this matter.
Yeah, this is the same
Most
judge.
important thing to the American people and to all of us is the success of this military operation against terrorists who have been and continue to attack American service members was extremely successful, thanks to the leadership of President Trump and the actions of our brave men and women in uniform. As the heads of the American people's intelligence community, we will continue to provide the President, you in Congress, and our war fighters with timely, unbiased, relevant intelligence to keep our country secure, free, prosperous, and at peace.
Okay. All right. Not exactly delivered in a riveting way, but there's all the facts for you.
Yeah.
You said Laura Loomer has a theory on what's going on here?
So this is a theory I've been sketching out here on the whiteboard based on some information she dropped last night. And I will say that she does have accompanying... Yeah, she has receipts, thank you, visual aids to go along with her layout here. I don't know if you can hear me, but can you zoom in on this, please? All right, this is the setup. You've got Mike Walls, head of the NSA here. All right. All right. His deputy, who was appointed by Donald Trump back in November, is Alex Wong. Okay. Now, this is how Laura Loomer lays this out. Alex Wong, his parents immigrated from China. He ended up going to Penn. So he's got Ivy League and Chinese parents there, okay, going for him. Now, he worked for a law firm, a far-left law firm, that Trump cited as weaponizing against him and revoked their security clearances recently. All right, so that's him. His wife, Candace Wong, clerked for Sotomayor, an Obama appointee at the Supreme Court, and she was part of a law firm that prosecuted J6ers. So, if you couple what Laura Loomer has laid out here with the article that illustrates that Alex Wong is the one who set up this chat with all of these Trump administration officials, then you can kind of go, oh, wait a minute. Now, it could have been 100% just an honest mistake by Alex Wong. 100%. But Laura Loomer, what I just laid out, these are the facts that she laid out about Alex Wong and his wife and how close he is
and their
to
ties.
Yeah. And what was the Achilles heel of the first Trump administration, especially in the first 100 days? It was people on the inside. Yep. Leaks. People on the inside working against him.
Yep.
I hope that's not the case. I do hope that this was just an honest mistake.
Yeah.
Deduce what you will from what Laura Loomer laid out.
Well, CIA Director John Ratcliffe tried to set the record straight, too.
For the last 2 days, members of the intelligence community have been asking questions about a signal messaging group and not asking questions from Democrats either in the Senate or the House on China, Russia, Iran, and the real threats that are going on to the United States. And you can say that you care about the good work that agencies are doing like the CIA and that you care about 140 stars on the wall. But no one's asked me about my second day on the job here, where I lit the fuse that led to a foreign government participating with us to capture one of the senior planners of the Abbey-Gate bombing that killed 13 Americans. And in the process, we worked with a government that previously hadn't, so that hadn't cooperated with us on counterterrorism matters. Or the fact no one has focused on that within an hour of that taking place, I was on the phone with Director Patel, and a few hours later with Attorney General Bondi, working together, the IC and the FBI working together to bring this person home in less than a week. An unprecedented success for the intelligence community and the law enforcement community. Exactly representative of the kind of work that we should be doing and the kind of work that an oversight committee should be asking about. But instead, we're getting questions about whether or not someone has drinking habits. And, you know, I just wish in an annual threats hearing where the American people want to hear about threats, that's what we would be talking about. Thanks for the opportunity to clarify.
Yeah, and that was a reference to play the next clip. Do we have time for this? I don't know how long this is. Play the Jimmy Gomez, please.
I don't know if we...
Clip 11?
Do we have time? Wait a minute. We pause it. We don't have time to get to that. We'll do that.
Yeah, Ratcliffe was responding to this incendiary thing that Gomez said. That's just, it's
pathetic.
Yes.
They're going after anything they possibly can now because they see that there's blood in the water, and now they're really circling. So this is going to continue for a while. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Unleashed.
Thanks for joining us. Got some tweets here. Unrepentant thought criminal tweets. Funny how the NPR woman doesn't remember reading a book that she took the whole day off to read. True.
Yeah, and what was the thing? I don't think we have the clip, but there's like 87 editorial members.
Yes, and they're all Democrats.
All of them.
Every single one of them.
But there's no bias at NPR, right?
Where would
There's
you get that, Pat?
I don't know. I'm just crazy. It's just crazy talk
crazy
spilling out
talk.
of my mouth. With absolutely no evidence of it. Just because all 87 of the editorial writers at NPR are all Democrats.
Yeah, but some maybe lean really radical left, some maybe are more moderate.
Yeah, you get that whole spectrum.
Yeah.
Yes.
From really communist Democrat all the way to socialist Democrat.
There you go.
So you get a wide range of Marxist beliefs. That's really good.
And she keeps
That's
hiding
really good.
behind, I'm not in charge of editorial. You're the CEO.
Right. She's in charge of everything, ultimately. Lone Wolf 2965 tweets, isn't it true that Elmo never really liked being tickled? Was that one of the questions that was asked yesterday, I hope? Wouldn't be surprised, frankly. Muffer Squish, Bert and Ernie aren't part of an extreme homosexual agenda, just a subtle one.
I thought Bert and Ernie were the original homosexuals.
Yeah, well.
And why did you think that?
Because of the attitudes towards each other. They live together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on that when I was a kid. I think maybe you
No, I
came
didn't
around
either.
later after people started
Neither.
trying to weave that in.
So Representative Jimmy Gomez tried to label Pete Hegseth as a drunk. Here's that effort. Cut 11.
Additionally, the main person who was involved in this thread that a lot of people want to talk to is Secretary of Defense Hegseth. And a lot of questions were brought up regarding his drinking habits in his confirmation hearing. To your knowledge, do you know whether Pete Hegseth had been drinking before he leaked classified information?
I don't have any knowledge of Secretary Hegseth's personal habits.
Director Ratcliffe, same question. Yes or no?
No. I'm going to answer that. I think that's an offensive line of questioning. The answer is no. I find it interesting that you want to. I'm going to answer. You asked me a question. You want an answer?
No, listen.
You don't want to focus on the good work that the CIA is doing, that the intelligence community.
Director, I reclaim my time. Director, I reclaim my time. Here. I have
These people are despicable.
huge respect for the
My
CIA.
gosh.
Huge respect for our men and women in uniform.
No, you don't.
But this was a question that's on the top of minds of every American.
No, it wasn't.
No.
one person.
No, it certainly wasn't. I certainly wasn't thinking, I wonder if Pete Hegseth was drunk when one of his underlings did this. What? What is that? Why are you even tying that in? He's not the one who did it. Oh, well, we actually hear from Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
Nobody's texting war plans. Well, I noticed this morning, out came something that doesn't look like war plans. And as a matter of fact, they even changed the title to attack plans.
Yeah.
Because they know it's not war plans. There's no units, no locations, no routes, no flight paths, no sources, no methods, no classified information. You know who sees war plans? I see them every single day. I looked at them this morning. I looked at attack plans this morning. You know who does attack plans and war plans? Men like that admiral right there, Paparo, for the Indo-Pacific, or Eric Kurilla, our general in CENTCOM. They do attack plans and war plans. And thank God we have those leaders who do it and do it well, and our enemies know it. My job, as it said at the top of that, everybody's seen it now, team update is to provide updates in real time. General updates in real time, keep everybody informed. That's what I did. That's my job. The war fighters will take the fight to the enemy, and I love what they do. And with President Trump's leadership, our enemies are on notice, We will have peace through strength, and we'll keep putting our troops first.
So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Sounded sloshed.
Have you had a drink in the last 48 hours? How about the last 72? Have you ever had a drink? Because it shows right now. The residual effects of your drunkenness is showing right now. It's so despicable. Did you get the...
I'm glad that they...
Yeah, these are all the attack plans, Pat Gray. If you haven't seen them yet, we have classified
look very classified.
authority over this because these are the war plans.
Wow,
attack
you're okay
plans.
to show those?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
man.
Wow. I'm a little bit drunk this morning.
Drunk territory.
All right. You been drinking?
I've been drinking
no
just a little
wonder.
bit.
I will say, do I want these leaked? Am I happy they're leaked? Not in the least. I am, however, glad to see kind of just how they communicate behind the scenes, like normal people. Just I mean, and it's very competent. They know what's going on. These are the right people in charge. That's the takeaway from this. That they thoughtfully think this stuff through, and it's nice to see how they bounce off. And they don't have a problem not arguing, but just kind of pushing back a little bit on each other too. So I liked it. I shouldn't have seen it, but I still thought it was good to see. Good to see.
It's interesting what the Democrats are doing with these people right now, just because of their hatred for Trump and everything he does and everybody he's appointed. And so they're stooping to levels that we've rarely seen. Okay, you're talking about whether or not he was drunk at the time. Where did that come from? Why was there even a question of that? Nobody was thinking that except for these radical Democrats. Did you see what they've done with Elon Musk? They've got this, look at this. Look at the Musk rat. And they make his face into that of a rat. This is what the Nazis did to the Jews in World War II. They dehumanized them. That's what they're doing to Donald Trump and everybody in the administration. That is despicable that they're doing that to Elon Musk now. Have you learned nothing from history? We've got people who are so crazed that they're attacking Teslas because Elon Musk owns the company. And you're feeding all of that with your allegations or your insinuations that Hegseth was drinking. You're making Elon Musk into a rat. You've dehumanized him to the point where people think it's fine to attack the vehicles that innocent Americans have bought. And just because he owns the company, they think it's okay to attack it. Did you see that fat guy who just ran into a Tesla the other day?
Yeah, here it is right here.
Jeez. Look at this. Boom! Isn't it interesting that the morbidly obese person is in a parking lot with an all-you-can-eat buffet? That's probably why he's there. And while he went for the buffet, he saw, hey, there's a Tesla. I'm going to smash into it. This is unbelievable.
It's nonstop. It's nonstop.
Now, he was arrested.
Was he? Good.
He was arrested, and that was here in Texarkana, whatever you say that.
Texarkana.
Yeah, sorry. But, by the way, that's a Cybertruck, which is bulletproof. Your fat ass is not going to do anything.
Oh, it was a Cybertruck. Good.
It was a Cybertruck.
Good. Yeah, so it probably didn't even leave a mark.
It didn't do anything.
Good.
Other than trip the sensory mode and, get your fat ass recorded.
Jeez. Incredible. But this is where they are right now. They don't care about any of the consequences of their hysteria. In fact, they like it.
Yeah.
They like it. They like what's happening to Tesla right now.
Well, and remember, early on, the Democrats, the congressional and Senate Democrats were beside themselves because their demons, their base, weren't showing up at these government buildings that Doge was going after. And so they had to go down there in the cold and do it themselves. Remember that? They're like, let us in, let us in.
Yes.
They're like, where's our demons? Where's our gang of demons that's supposed to be doing this stuff? We shouldn't have to walk down here from the Capitol. And so now they've got a cause, and they have been able to push the anger toward Musk. Hey, look, there's a Tesla in your neighborhood. There's a Tesla in your town. Go after that. this is not good.
No, it is not good. It's really not.
I don't know where this ends up.
I mean, this is shaping up to be worse than the summer of 2020.
This is going to either be the death of a company, and it's just a matter of time before someone gets killed over this Tesla stuff.
Yeah.
It's not good.
And it's despicable that they couldn't care less about any of it. Just as long as it damages Musk and Trump. That's all they care about. All right, we've got tariff wars right now. We've got recession fears, stubborn inflation. No wonder gold has been routinely hitting all-time highs in volatile markets like right now. So don't sit on the sidelines with your head in the sand. Take control and safeguard your savings. That's why so many Americans today are turning to Birch Gold Group. They've helped tens of thousands convert an existing IRA or a 401k into an IRA in physical gold. You don't want to put your whole portfolio in gold, but a good portion of it, 10 or 20%, whatever it is, that's going to be up to you. But to learn how to own physical gold in a tax-sheltered account, just text PAT to 989898. And Birch Gold will send you a free, no-obligation info kit. You just go through it, see if it's right for you. If it's not that, fine, nothing lost, no harm done. If it is, then you've got the people that I really trust. Birch Gold. Text PAT to the number 989898. They have an A+ rating with the BBB, countless 5-star reviews. I really trust them to help me protect my savings, and you can too. It took us decades to get into the tangled mess that are trying to unpack right now. How long will it take to get out of it, and at what cost? It's going to be a lot easier on you if you put some of your investments into gold. So text PAT to 989898 today.
Now, more of Pat Gray Unleashed.
So Tulsi had more to say yesterday. Is it powerful? Chris, did you send this in? Is she?
I did. Is
she as powerful as she was last time?
She needs to learn how to speak.
Yeah.
Congress.
Yeah. All right, here she is.
Director Gabbard, were there any sources described in the Signal chat?
No, Congressman.
Were there any methods described in the Signal chat?
No.
Were there any locations?
No.
Therefore, due to the fact that there were no sources, no methods, nor locations described in the Signal chat, it does not make the discussion classified.
Was there a location?
Yes, there was a location because they
that is up to
gloated about collapsing the building of the terrorist walking in to visit his girlfriend.
Yes, right. And there were times. There were launch times.
I mean, there wasn't like but GPS coordinates.
No,
but it was a location.
They're sort of. This is my problem with it. They're sort of splitting hairs. It's obviously information that you don't want in the hands of journalists. It's obviously information that could have hurt American forces.
Sure could have.
Going into this thing had the guy released it right away. Unfortunately, he didn't do that. So, but that's not good enough for the left. They're not going to be satisfied until who knows, until Trump's out of office. That's what they're trying for. FBI Director Kash Patel and House Intel Committee Chairman Rick Crawford
I love it.
Held a little master class.
Feel good clip of the day right here.
Okay.
Another day has passed.
Well, actually, it was the night before the hearing.
Now that another day has passed, do you believe that it's now time potentially for the FBI to open an investigation into this?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Because you're the director of the FBI, you don't believe it's appropriate to comment on that?
Because there's a process in place, there's an ongoing litigation, and the National Security Council is reviewing this matter. And I'm not going to discuss any open or closed investigation.
That ongoing investigation, literally, the lawsuit happened today or yesterday afternoon, and the idea that you don't have an opinion on this at this point is frustrating to me.
No, it's not. I'm not going to prejudge any matters, and the men and women of the FBI will call the balls and strikes.
Reclaiming my time,
not
sir.
you.
Sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to have...
Gentlewoman's recognized. You have
Thank
4
you.
seconds remaining.
No, I have more than
You
that.
have 2
because
seconds
Mr.
remaining.
Patel would not add...
Gentlewoman's time has expired. Mr. Stubbe.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Director Gabbard, were there any sources?
Moving on.
Good.
That's how you do it.
Good.
That's how you do it. And, they're totally fine with, Christopher Wray or someone up there saying, I'm not going to comment. But as soon as it's Kash Patel.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But that Rick Crawford, the chairman of the committee from, I think, Arkansas. That was tasty.
Yeah, it was.
Nope, you got 4 sets. Oh, 2. Oh, you're done.
They're just getting a little taste of their own medicine, and they don't like it.
And I don't know who that congresswoman was. I don't know.
I don't either. I don't remember even seeing her. Is she a new one, maybe?
Probably.
Maybe she's a freshman. I don't know.
Congresswoman Karen, we'll call her. Because that's exactly what that was. It's fun.
And they're really frustrating to me. Oh, that's sad. Are you frustrated right now, Puddin'?
Reclaiming my time. No, you're not. Nope. Actually, is the thing.
Nope, you're pretty much all out of time. So that's great. The other thing that happened yesterday that I'm kind of excited about is that President Trump has promised now to investigate the shooting of Ashli Babbitt. This should have happened a long time ago. It's amazing that not only did that Capitol police officer get away with it, he was promoted afterward. He was given a medal afterward. And President Trump said the whole thing was unthinkable, and he's absolutely right about that. And so he's looking into, there's been a lawsuit launched by Ashli Babbitt's husband, a $30 million wrongful death lawsuit that the Department of Justice has been fighting. And Trump wants to get some answers on why they're still fighting it. Okay, let's stop that and let's get into it. Let's take a look at this. The guy, Michael Byrd, Capitol Police Lieutenant Michael Byrd, who is the one who killed Ashli Babbitt, is now a captain assigned to a training role making about $190,000 a year. He was promoted in 2023 and given a medal by the Biden administration in the wake of that shooting. And President Trump yesterday rightly said, I think it's a disgrace. I mean, that's not even an adequate word to describe what this is. He said, I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to take a look at that, too. His reputation was, I won't even say. Let's find out about his reputation, okay? We're going to find out. Good. And unlike the idle promises that other presidents have made over time, you know this is not idle. He's going to do this. He's shown us that he's doing the things that he's promised to do. This time is going to be different, and he's just going to make it happen. So I can't wait to see the outcome of that. 888-900-3393. More coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Hey, and so are you. Thank you for being here with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. You ever have problems getting to sleep? You go to bed, you think, okay, I'm going to be right on time here. I'm going to get my 8 hours. And then you just lay there and you stare at the ceiling, or you think and you go over things over and over and over in your mind. There's a real solution to that. It's called Beam Organics. It's Beam's Dream Powder. That's why I'm really excited to share this. It makes a difference in my life. Beam's Dream Powder. They're proudly founded in America, run by people who share our values: hard work, integrity, and delivering results. It's a science-backed, healthy nighttime blend packed with ingredients to improve your sleep, so you can wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day in the next day. When I found Dream, everything changed. You can sleep through the night now without the tossing and turning. You wake up energized, not groggy. It's been a game changer for me, and hopefully it will be for you. Beam is made with a powerful blend of all natural ingredients: reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin. Beam has already improved over 17.5 million nights of sleep, helping people across the country wake up and feel their best. And what I love most about Beam is it's an American company. It's built here and run here. Supporting brands like this is really important to me because it's about more than just the product. It's about backing hardworking people and companies who are doing the right things the right way. Here's the deal. Beam is giving my listeners the ultimate Patriot discount of 40% off. 40%. Try their best-selling Dream Powder. Get up to 40% off for a limited time. Go to shopbeam.com/Pat. Use the promo code Pat at checkout. That's shop, B-E-A-M, shopbeam.com/Pat. Use the promo code Pat, and you get up to 40% off. Support an American company. Invest in yourself, and start getting your best sleep tonight. It's shopbeam.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed now continues.
Got some tweets here. Sarah the Band tweets, only Democrats don't know the difference between a casual drink and alcoholism because they can't hold their alcohol.
It's a fact. So true.
Kara 3022, when these despicable pieces of crap ask if Hegseth was drunk, I just want someone to respond. How often was Hunter, smartest guy Joe knew, cranked up out of his mind when advising his dad on policies?
I'm very proud of my son.
Yeah, smartest person he knew. Pretty amazing. Wow. So we mentioned the other day, was it on Overtime that we mentioned Big Mike is not going to run for office?
Yeah.
She said it's never going to happen.
So we have the clip of this?
Okay. I do believe we do.
Oh, let's hear
Cut
this.
23.
What's he got to say?
And so when people ask me would I ever run, the answer is no. I mean, you then if you ask me that, then you have absolutely no idea the sacrifice that your kids make when your parents are in that role. Not only am I not interested in politics in that way, but the thought of like putting my girls back into that, that spotlight when they are just now establishing themselves. It's like,
right.
Okay, I think we've done enough.
Whatever, yes.
Question asked and
you've
answered.
done enough damage.
Never going to happen.
That is true. Yeah, they've done more than enough damage to this country.
Wait, the last 3 seconds. What did she say? Never gonna happen. Save that clip.
Ooh. Okay, back that up a little bit. That's worth hearing one more time. It's never gonna happen.
Themselves. It's like, okay, I think we've done enough.
Me too.
Question asked and answered. Never going to happen.
Good. There it is. Never going to happen.
That is my favorite Obama clip from the Obamas ever.
Yes, mine too.
By far. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
You imagine the damage she would do to this nation. Holy cow. She could potentially finish it off. Someone who may be running for president in a few years is J.D. Vance. He told the
where was he hanging out with?
He was with the Marines in Quantico.
Quantico, yeah.
Oh, okay, so he's at Quantico, talking about the plan versus the
plan for the future.
Yeah, for the U.S. military.
My handwriting
in the future.
And that's why I'm here today to talk a little bit about what we're going to do, talk a little bit about President Trump's vision for the United States military, and importantly, after I do that and I serve some chow at the chow hall, I'm going to go shoot some guns, right? Because
and he got in full uniform.
So here's
right?
the thing. Under President Trump's leadership, we believe in a very simple principle. We don't care who you are, where you came from. We don't care what skin color you are. We care about excellence and we care about patriotism. And if you are awesome and you are a patriotic young Marine, then we are going to do everything that we can to make you the most lethal fighting force the world has ever seen. And that is what we're doing every single day. No more quotas, no more ridiculous mumbo jumbo, no more diversity trainings. We believe the real strength and the real diversity in the United States Marine Corps is that you all come from every walk of life, come from every corner of America, and you have got the strength and the purpose to win the nation's wars. And that is what the Marine Corps is going to do, just like it's done for damn near 250 years.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Not a word about how they're going to fight the climate. Not one word.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good catch there.
Thank you. Thank you.
He hates the world.
Yeah, he does.
And so
he does.
I didn't send it in, but I saw him taking shots there on the range, and he was very accurate yesterday.
Oh, he
was
did a couple of headshots.
I know.
Cool.
It was so good.
Wow.
From the prone precision headshots.
Yeah, well, I know.
Wow. That's good stuff.
Let's see Tim Waltz do that.
Huh.
He could barely load a shotgun.
Yeah. You know he's never been hunting before in his life. That was all about the campaign and relating to the average American, and it just didn't work. It backfired on him completely.
Tim Walz hunted horses, from my understanding.
Hunted horses?
Yeah. Come on now. You know. We've talked about Tim Walz and horses.
I don't remember the Tim Walz and horses
Then we'll move on.
discussion, but okay.
Cool.
MTG yesterday had a little bout with a reporter from the UK, and here's how that went.
Yep. Anybody else? What country are you? Wait, what country are you from? Okay, we don't give a crap about your opinion and your reporting. Why don't you go back to your country where you have a major migrant problem?
Oh man!
And you, no. You should care about your own borders.
Do you care about American lives being put
no.
at risk?
Let me tell you something. Do you care about people from your country? What about all the women that are raped by migrants?
Do you care
No,
about
by migrant. No. Do you care? Okay, you're done.
Do you care about American lives being put at risk?
You know what? I don't
about
care. I don't.
service members fighting for your country.
I don't care about your fake news. Do you have a relevant question? Yeah, this is an American journalist. Thank you.
Jeez. Wow. Okay.
There you go.
The times, they are a-changing from the Biden administration to the Trump administration, and they're just not taking the garbage off of people. God, that's why the stupid signal situation is so bad. It's giving them one little sort of a little bit legitimate complaint, and then they blow it completely out of proportion. But we gave them a hill. They're making Mount Everest out of it. So White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt had a fun day, too. The press secretary slammed the Atlantic journalist.
Is more than Jeffrey Goldberg. Goldberg is an anti-Trump hater. He is a registered Democrat. Goldberg's wife is also a registered Democrat and a big Democrat donor who used to work under who? Hillary Clinton. This is the same Jeffrey Goldberg who infamously lied about weapons of mass destruction to get us into the Iraq War, which cost trillions of dollars and thousands of American soldiers. And how else has Goldberg discredited himself?
Wow.
By absurdly claiming that President Trump was Vladimir Putin during the 2016 campaign. By peddling the Russia hoax that tried to hijack President Trump's first term. By inventing the suckers and losers hoax to help Joe Biden in the 2020 election. By peddling a hoax about President Trump involving Gold Star families to help Kamala Harris in the 2024 election, which our campaign at the time vigorously denied. Jeffrey Goldberg didn't care.
Okay, there you go. A little background on Jeffrey Goldberg from The Atlantic. She also slammed the media.
We are not going to be lectured about national security and American troops by Democrats and the mainstream media who turned the other cheek when the Biden administration, because of their incompetence, left 13 service members dead in Afghanistan. And not a single person in the previous administration was held accountable for that botched withdrawal. Joe Biden said, in fact, it was a great operation. That is
one of the best.
It's unacceptable to this president and this Secretary of Defense. The National Security Advisor has taken responsibility for this inadvertent number being added to the messaging thread. But above all, we take the lives of our troops, safety, security, prosperity around the globe with the utmost seriousness.
Yeah. As we mentioned yesterday, the signal mix-up didn't cost any American lives. And the press gave the Biden administration a complete pass on the Afghanistan situation.
I'm so glad that she's pushing back.
Me too.
And finally holding to account. I mean, like you said, you don't want to give the Democrats an opening, but boy,
No,
if this happens, you want someone like Karoline Leavitt in front of everyone.
Yes.
Reading them the riot act of what the last administration was like with the military.
And it was horrific. She also brought receipts on Senator Warner using the Signal app.
And here's just one example of how bad faith the Democrats' criticisms are. Democrat Senator Mark Warner is hysterical over the use of Signal, which is an approved decrypted app, in the killing of Houthi terrorists. But Senator Warner himself used Signal to work with a lobbyist for a Russian oligarch to connect with to connect the disgraced Steele dossier author who started the Russia hoax, which Jeffrey Goldberg later reported on. How ironic. We're not going to lose focus of the bottom line, which is that Joe Biden's weakness enabled and emboldened Houthi terrorists, and President Trump's strength and resolve eliminated those terrorists.
This is how you respond. This is who you want in front of the press.
Definitely.
I love it.
It's good stuff. She asked how she would characterize the Signal chat. Here's what she had to say about that.
Americans can make the decision for themselves, but whether it's you said it's not war plans. Would you characterize these as military plans, military operation plans?
I would characterize this messaging thread as a policy discussion, a sensitive policy discussion, surely, amongst high-level cabinet officials and senior staff. And I'm so glad, Peter, that you said the American public can decide for themselves, because I think the American public should decide for themselves based on the outcome of this operation. And what happened in this operation? Terrorists that were allowed to run wild by the Biden administration were killed because of the direction and the determination of this president and his team. And this message also shows, this messaging thread also proved that President Trump has an incredibly dynamic team who is working incredibly hard, flying all over the world to secure world peace and to fix up the foreign policy crises that the previous administration left for this team to inherit.
Yep. So there's a new sheriff in town. And it's not Curly who's standing up there with her big book of everything, trying to read every single thing she must say to the press and lie about everything she says to the press. It's great. 888-900-3393. Let me tell you about delicious, juicy, tender steak, which I love. Is there anything better in life than that? Well, maybe not food-wise. That's for sure. Not food-wise. And I love it when that steak comes from a cow that was raised right here in Texas. Listen, if you want to buy beef from a family-owned, fifth-generation ranch like I do, look no further than Tri-Tails Beef. You can bring premium Texas beef to your table because these are top-tier cuts of meat, hand-packed and delivered directly to you. USDA Prime and choice beef with high-end Black Angus genetics that ensures that every single bite is going to be absolutely and consistently delicious. There's no grass-fed gimmicks here, just premium, flavorful beef that's been raised the right way and balanced for tenderness and marbling. That means these cattle are pasture-raised, grain-finished by Texans who care about the quality of their product. It makes you hungry just to think of it, doesn't it? So go home and barbecue a bunch today. Well, first, you might want to go to trybeef.com/PatGray. And when you do that today, you'll get free steak tips on orders over $249.99. That's trybeef.com/PatGray. And you'll get those free steak tips on orders over $249.99.
Follow Pat on X @PatUnleashed. Pat Gray Unleashed returns after this.
Hey, breaking news. Looks like one of the MS-13 gang leaders in America, top 3 gang leader of MS-13, just captured. 24-year-old suspect captured in Woodbridge, Virginia, just south of Washington, D.C. They haven't released the suspect's name yet, but they do say he is a top 3 leader in America.
I love that tweet from Trump. Tom Homan is a superstar.
Well, and he is.
Yes, he is.
Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel monitored the arrest as it took place this morning. They executed a clean, safe operation, and the bad guy is in custody. And thanks to the FBI, we got one of the worst of the MS-13 gang off of the streets this morning. Virginia and the country is a lot safer today, Bondi said. Now, how do they know that this is one of the MS-13 gang? Is it because he has a tattoo?
He probably has tattoos.
Are they going to arrest everybody with a tattoo now?
Yep.
And deport them from the country?
Yep.
You got one of those butterfly tattoos on your ankle or whatever?
Oh,
get out.
Look
get
out.
out.
Look out.
Yeah.
You're headed for El Salvador.
Uh-huh.
So.
Yeah. No Tweety Bird tattoos either.
No. The operation included the FBI, joined by the Prince William County Police Department, ATF, ICE, and Virginia State Police. Wow. No Marines involved in this one? Just captured a major leader of, as you just saw, that was the tweet from President Trump. Tom Homan is a superstar. This is what Patel also praised the officers for the operation. He said, this is what can happen when you put good cops in good places to take on bad guys. And America should be watching this.
Yeah.
And we are proud to be standing here with these brave warriors. Fantastic.
Yeah, Director Patel also mentioned yesterday on Twitter that after 8 years of sitting dormant, the FBI is now going after looking into the congressional baseball shooting.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. He sent all of the materials to the House Permanent Select Committee.
Which they've been asking for since 2017.
Why would you keep that?
I don't know.
And look who the chairman is.
I don't know.
It's the guy who wrapped up that liberal congresswoman.
Rick Crawford, yeah. Yeah, good. Okay.
Superstar.
You remember that was the Bernie Sanders supporter.
Wait, what?
Who tried to kill 1/10 of the Republicans who were in office at the time.
Nearly killed Steve Scalise.
Scalise, yeah.
Yeah. Scalise still has lingering effects from
He
that.
sure does. He walks with a cane now.
Yeah. So that's an important one right there, too. All right. Let's get back to Karoline Leavitt. She had quite a day yesterday. She explained how no war plans were discussed in the Signal app.
There was no classified information transmitted. There were no war plans discussed. Why did The Atlantic downgrade their allegation about war plans to attack plans? They're now playing word games because they know this was sensationalist spin from a reporter who is well known for doing this. We have said all along no war plans were discussed, no classified material was sent. You have the Secretary of Defense saying that. You have the Director of the CIA, the Director of National Intelligence, the FBI Director, all testifying to that under oath, and they should be trusted with that.
Okay.
Every day you just look at her and you go like, that was the best pick for that role.
Yeah.
Period.
She's really good at it.
Yeah.
She's doing a great job. And then, of course, you got your daily Karoline versus Caitlin little encounter here.
Misled by his national security advisors, whoever it was that told him there was no classified information in there now that he's seen these messages?
I've now been asked and answered this question 3 times by the both of you, and I've given you my answer. The president feels the same today as he did yesterday.
Okay,
Philip.
I might follow up on what you had just said.
No, go ahead, Philip.
Caitlin,
I'm not taking your follow-up. Philip, go
I have
ahead.
a follow-up on something you just said, though, Karoline. That's
Caitlin,
regarding
I'm not
Jeffrey
taking
Goldsberg.
your follow-up. Philip, go ahead. I have called on you. Thank you.
Philip, you better start talking right now, Philip.
Yeah, I'm not taking your follow-up. But I have one. Yeah, tough. I'm not taking your follow-up. Philip, go ahead. So good. We got this little montage of Caitlin, who is now taking the place of Jim Acosta, because Jim Acosta's not there anymore, so Caitlin Collins is filling that void.
Mr. President, you said that your national security advisor learned a lesson after a reporter.
Excuse me, I didn't make you. Go ahead.
Sorry, I might follow up on what you had just said.
No, go ahead, Philip.
Caitlin,
I'm not taking your follow-up. Philip, go
I have
ahead.
a follow-up on something you just said, though, Caroline. That's
Caitlin,
regarding
I'm not
Jeffrey
taking
Goldsberg.
your follow-up. Philip, go ahead. I have called on you.
It is so good. Also, earlier, we discussed NPR's bias. What? NPR has a bias?
I guess that's breaking news.
They said they didn't, though, Keith. What do you
Is that
mean?
what they said?
Yeah,
Okay.
they said they don't.
My bad.
So I don't know where you're getting this. Jasmine Crockett, who's wonderful. Isn't she great? She tried to defend NPR yesterday.
Oh.
About emergency management, and they don't care about free speech, all of which are harming American people. In fact, I'm gonna skip off real quick because they have tried to come for you, Miss Mayor, and I just want to clarify, you did not work for NPR when those statements were made, did you?
That is correct, Madam
And to be clear, free speech is not about whatever it is that y'all want somebody to say. And the idea that
all
you
of a
want to
sudden,
shut
she
down
gets that
everybody
concept?
that is not Fox
okay.
News is...
Are you serious?
We need to
And then
stop
she just
playing
dropped a
because
BS.
that's what y'all are doing in here. You don't want to hear the opinions of anybody else, and the Constitution says Congress shall make no law respecting or
We're hearing your
establishing
loudmouth BS.
of
What are you talking
religion
about?
or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the...
The gentlewoman's time has expired.
Wow.
The gentlewoman's time has expired.
So that's how she talks now. How did she talk before she got into office?
It's good to see you in the new year. You know, no one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress.
It's a little different
It's
now.
not what
Little
my plan
different.
A little
was.
different
Yeah.
dialect, I guess, if you will.
She also refused to apologize for her Greg Abbott Hot Wheels comments.
Calling Governor Abbott Hot Wheels.
I put out a statement regarding that.
You didn't apologize.
I put out a statement.
Apologize
Why would
to
I
him?
apologize when I put out a statement? My statement was clear.
But you didn't
My
apologize
statement was
for calling him Governor.
Yeah, you
Abbott.
lied.
He gets around in a wheelchair.
I don't know how
understand
that's
offensive
offensive.
to
I don't
people?
understand.
Who have a
How many times
disability?
do you need me to repeat this to you?
Right, but why won't you apologize?
I put out a statement.
They didn't have an apology. in it.
So read my statement.
I did read it. It didn't have an apology.
Okay. Well, I'm
Right.
You don't feel bad
I'm done.
about making fun
I'm
of
done.
someone
I'm
who
done with
is in a wheelchair, calling him Governor Hot Wheels?
That's so great to see her get called out on that kind of stuff. That's awesome.
It is.
It's awesome. Again, it's a new day. That would not have happened 6 months ago.
And what's this? She's getting a police escort now around the Capitol? What is
Hey, Congresswoman, do you regret your earlier comments you made about Governor Greg Abbott?
What are you doing, Officer Flores?
Right? Are you reaching for your weapon, or what are you doing there? He's acting like, oh, I'm about to pull something on you. Okay.
Oh, wow.
You best back off, because I got something right here for you. More coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
March Madness Sweet 16 begins today. You know, there's only 4 conferences represented this year.
Yeah.
So there's no Cinderella teams here. It's just the Big 12, the Big 10, SEC, ACC. That's it.
Yeah, one team from the ACC, right? Duke.
Yeah. 4 teams from the Big 12. I think 4 from the Big 10. And is it 8? Might be 8.
I had it scribbled out here Monday morning. I forgot.
7,
now.
maybe something. I don't know. It's a lot from the SEC. But they had 14 teams. Was it 14? Yeah, 14 teams in the tournament, which is crazy. All right, we got much more to get to here.
Yeah, I do want to take a moment, Pat, and mention the Killian family. They are subscribers here to the program, and I've been reading up on Taylor, the daughter, and her parents, Lance and Kimberly. They're going through just some bad times right now. They had a house fire. The dad, Lance, went in to rescue the mom. Got burned badly. The mom has early onset dementia. She is not doing well. They are living out of a hotel right now, just trying to scrape by. We're going to post
Their house completely burned down?
For the most part, yeah. They lost everything.
Geez.
Yeah, and so I'm going to post a link to their GoFundMe at Pat Unleashed.
Yeah, great.
Please help if you can, and if you can't help financially, prayers, please.
Yeah.
So prayers to the Killians.
Wow. All right, 888-900-3393, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Kristi Noem took a tour through the maximum prison. She went down to El Salvador.
She sure did.
Yesterday. And I wish they'd answer some questions, though, that actually people on both sides have, I think. Why did they go directly to prison? I understand the deportation part. I've got no problem with that. That's great. Get them out. They were here illegally. But directly to prison, at a maximum security prison like that, do we know anything about how that happened?
Other than the tattoo comments? That's the only thing I know.
Yeah.
Tattoos.
Okay. But Kristi toured the prison in El Salvador yesterday.
Here at CCOT today and visiting this facility. And first of all, I want to thank El Salvador and their president for their partnership with the United States of America to bring our terrorists here and to incarcerate them and have consequences for the violence that they have perpetuated in our communities. I also want everybody to know, if you come to our country illegally, this is one of the consequences you could face.
Okay.
First of all, do not come to our country illegally.
Don't come.
You will be removed and you will be prosecuted. But know that this facility is one of the tools in our toolkit that we will use if you commit crimes against the American people.
Okay. There you go. So the implication is, the statement is, they have committed crimes against our country. And I guess they're awaiting their hearing maybe in El Salvador. And there's those lovely people right there.
MS-13.
Oh, yeah.
Mainly.
Look at that. Now, if you're not an MS-13 gang member, are you getting that tattoo that this guy has?
I don't think so, Pat Gray.
And the guy next to him and a whole bunch of them. So there you go.
Well, I mean, you could be a MS-13 poser that just gets the tattoo for the discounts.
Fair.
For the yeah, okay.
You get the discount.
Yeah, because
you're like, hey, check it out.
if you're a member, it has privileges.
Yeah, it's
right?
like an ARP, right? You get like 15% discount on your car.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Food, 10% at Chili's.
All right.
Yeah.
Access to the Delta Lounge at the airport.
Yes.
Right. Maybe you're getting you're getting a lowrider updated. You know, you
thank
get 10% off.
10% off. You know those.
Well, good. So
Wheels are
I mean,
expensive.
I could see that happening. Just getting your tattoo for the discounts. It's smart. Really.
Smart.
That's what it is.
But you didn't have the foresight that you're going to end up in a maximum security prison in El Salvador. That's on you. But I hope that the paint job, 10% off, was worth your.
You know what? I tried to get in on the discount, but my tattoo parlor person that gave me the tat printed out. He made MS-14, and
so you don't get the discount.
You actually
I don't get the
that ended up being fortuitous for you.
I know you
it did.
Otherwise,
that's why
your
I
ass
haven't
would
been
be
deported.
doing this show from
That's
a
right.
prison. And
But I showed him my tat. It's
You did?
MS-4. I'm MS-14. Oh, okay.
So you're saying that
You
the
can
feds
stay.
knocked on your door?
They did because they knew about my tattoo.
Yeah, they know your chest
And you're like,
tattoo.
whoa! And then you close the door and you're like, you said to Jackie, you were like, boy, remember how I bitched and moaned when
Yeah,
they
I
screwed
was
up
really
that tattoo?
pissed.
That worked out in my favor.
Worked out okay. I wasn't separated from my family, fortunately. Yeah. So that was good. That was a close one.
That was a close one.
That was a good.
So the left was almost right. They were almost deporting American citizens.
Yeah, almost.
Because of tattoos.
Yeah, they came for me.
Yeah.
But then they saw the 14 and knew that I wasn't a threat at that point.
Boy, you dodged a bullet, bro.
Yeah, close one. Very close one.
Hey, you could have met Kristi Noem. Because you've been deported.
Right.
You could have
right,
met her.
which would have been fun.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
So, yeah.
Membership has its privileges.
Trump pointed out a reporter with a mask yesterday. He liked it. I mean, here we are 5 years down the 5 years down the road, and a reporter has a mask on.
You know, I haven't seen a mask in so long. You're wearing a mask. So nice of you. I haven't seen anybody wearing a mask in a long time. It's good. You feel more comfortable, right? Good. That's good.
That's good. Yeah, good. That's good. Yeah, you keep wearing that.
Honestly,
good for you.
That was funny.
I think no masks
think he's
allowed
mocking?
in the Oval
Yes,
Office.
he's mocking. Yes.
I don't know.
100% mocking.
That's good. I'm glad you're comfortable.
Yes, exactly. That's the line that threw me. I was like, wait, is that Pat? Is that Pat?
I'm sorry. You don't get to go into the Oval Office
With a
if you're
mask
wearing
on?
a mask.
No, come on.
Get out.
I mean, if you're trying to hide your identity,
That's true.
that's a bad thing, right? For a long time, up until COVID-19, it was a bad idea to wear a mask when you went into a bank because they thought you were there to rob it. So all the mask wearing at banks
Wait a minute. Hold on now. Hold
was
on.
probably kind of dangerous when you think about it.
Wasn't one of the stipulations that Columbia agreed to was the Trump administration insisting no
drop,
masks on
yes.
campus?
Yes.
So we're letting masks into the Oval Office, but not on campus? Interesting.
Okay. Right. And that was because they're hiding their identity.
I
but
know. Yeah.
All right. Let me tell you about Frontier Magazine. This is really big news. Frontier by Blaze Media is back with issue 2, and it's cutting through the noise like a hot knife through butter. Bold, real, packed with stories that you're not going to find anywhere else. So if you missed issue 1, you missed something huge. But issue 2, it's even bigger, even gutsier. This isn't just a magazine, it's a movement. truth, legacy, stories that matter, and we're leveling up big time. Here's the kicker. You can't buy Frontier in stores or online. The only way in, Blaze Unlimited. And trust me, Blaze Unlimited isn't just a ticket to Frontier. It's early access to exclusive events, VIP perks, dedicated support, members-only content, and a premium experience for people who demand more. So if you want in, you need to act fast. The first 500 subscribers get both issue 1 and issue 2. The full Frontier ride from the very beginning. So go to blazeunlimited.com/Pat right now. Use the promo code BLAZE500 and we'll take $40 off your subscription. This isn't just reading, it's living. Don't wait. Join us before it's gone. And do it right now.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
This is the new edition, right? This is the new one, the new Frontier?
Yes, sir.
Really nice.
That's some nice.
Yeah, I mean, they spent some time and money on this and effort, and it's beautiful inside.
And I love that they did a whole story about SpaceX. That's my favorite story so far.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right.
It's pretty cool.
So get in on it. $40 off right now. All right. What were you telling me about the...
we just haven't mentioned on Jasmine Crockett with her fakeness. That she was a... Dana Lash tweeted out, because they're both from St. Louis, that she went to a prestigious school. She was raised in privilege. I don't know. You got the tweet there.
Yeah,
that kind of lays out everything.
Yeah. It says that... so Dana tweeted out, she's not ghetto. I grew up in St. Louis, went to the most exclusive and expensive private school in the area, if not the state. MICDS, is that what it is? MICDIDS? Great public school, private school, MICDIDS. She was born into privilege, educated in privilege, and grew as an adult into privilege. Her attitude is cosplay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Mary Institute in St. Louis Country Day School?
Oh, MICDIDS. That's where it comes from. All right.
So there you go. So she's just fake. I'm so glad she's
fake start to finish.
To settle here in Dallas, Texas. Yeah.
Great.
And the other thing that I was mentioning, I don't know if this is what you're referring to, Pat, is that it's so strange. In 6 weeks, over the course of 6 weeks, 4 Harris County officers have committed suicide.
Oh, wow.
And the story that I read did not seem like they were connected. So I don't know what's going on there, but, man, law enforcement, not an easy gig.
Yeah,
so
that's, wow.
Pray for those first responders. I don't know what's up there.
Also, Representative Ayanna Pressley talking about Trump's cabinet right now. I'm sure she's really happy with it.
Yeah, supportive.
Yeah. Because she wants this administration to succeed, right? I'm sure. So here she is on the cabinet.
The Trump cabinet is on track to be one of the whitest cabinets in modern history. And when the government is given unchecked authority, civil rights are often the first to be sacrificed. Without this amendment, nothing in this bill stops an administration from using its reorganization powers to weaken the enforcement of civil rights and anti-discrimination protections.
Okay.
So I don't know why anyone here would be either deafeningly quiet or be opposed,
Kristen, I don't think you're going to make it to the end,
to a guarantee that government cannot support segregation.
What are we talking
This
about?
bill grants the president and executive departments new powers, and it is essential that we explicitly limit these powers from rolling back civil rights and supporting segregation.
Oh, she does? Oh, okay. I'm so distracted by the bald-headedness of her every time she's on. It's alopecia?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So she just said, heck with it. If I'm losing my hair, I'm gonna take it all off.
He looks great, right?
Oh, tremendous. And she's such a thinker, too. You know, that was really well thought out. Everything she said there was just really introspective and thoughtful. It was good to hear. Yeah. You know what else was good to hear was the intelligence of the spring breakers that were out on the beach and were interviewed by Caitlin Bennett recently. She just went out to talk to college. Keep in mind, these are college students. And she just asked them simple questions. Are these questions that you have to pass in order to take the citizenship test? Mm-hmm. I think that's all they are. I think they're really, they're super easy.
They should be easy.
It's like first grade stuff. This is stuff you learn in first or second grade. And these are college students. How did you make it through? Check this out.
Who did the colonists fight in the Revolutionary War?
Oh, God.
In the Revolutionary War?
It was, I don't know if this is right. I mean, it sounds so stupid. Was it the Spanish?
Yeah,
Wait, what are your
sound
majors?
stupid. You got
Business.
that right.
Biology.
Okay. Elementary education. Oh.
Pause.
What shape
okay.
is the...
So the woman who's about to become an elementary teacher believes we fought the Revolutionary War against the Spanish. How is that possible?
So what you're saying, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Got it.
That's wrong. It was Greenland. We were initially, initially. That's why we want it back.
Because we lost it?
We lost we gained our independence from Greenland. But now we kind of regret it because we got a lot of resources, and so we want to make friends with them now.
Short-sighted.
Yeah, we're short-sighted on our part.
Did you see where? So we've got Usha going over there, but now JD Vance is joining her. I feel like that's almost him protecting her because they're not really laying out the red carpet for her.
No, they're pissed.
Yeah,
they are.
Like the prime minister was all pissed off that she was there,
and all the parties in the parliament have issued statements saying, like, "No, we're not joining you. So back off."
Yeah, man.
You want me to send you back to where you were, unemployed in Greenland?
No, I don't want that. I really don't want that.
That's like winning the lottery. If you are a country and you're not an American, I'm sorry. Does this sound like an arrogant American talking?
Absolutely not.
Okay, if you want to...
It's just fact.
We're inviting you to join the greatest country to ever exist, and you're like, nah, now we're good here.
And he's going to make you even better than you are today.
And we're not talking about just going over there and, like Jeffy always says, just plant the flag.
Yeah,
it's
we're
ours.
not doing that.
We're actually talking about paying for it. We'd give you... I mean, the lowest figure I've heard is $500 billion. Let's say it's $1 trillion. Let's say we give them $2 trillion. That would still be worth it because of their rare earth minerals.
Yep.
But what would that do to the 40,000 people who live there? It would change their existence completely.
In their kids,
for the better.
In their grandkids.
I mean, that's literally, for them, would be generational wealth. You give them $1 trillion. Here's $1 trillion. You guys divide this up. Do whatever you want with it. We're going to just mine some of your resources, okay? And we're going to have a military base here.
Yeah. And you get the freedoms that come with being an American.
Yeah. How is that a problem for them?
Look at Puerto Rico. We did it.
Right?
Tell you what. Let's get Denmark on the phone. Can we trade?
Let's get them.
Wait, hold up. Easy.
We're going to send Puerto Rico to Denmark.
Okay.
And then we're going to take over Greenland. You have a problem with that?
I kind of do. Kind of, just a little bit.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tough.
Now that is American ignorant right there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But again,
go back to the Supreme Breakers.
Oh yeah, we were
yes,
doing that thing.
Let's finish it. Okay, so it wasn't just that question. Watch this.
Gone building.
What's the question?
Wait, go back a little bit so we can hear the question.
How many U.S. senators are...
Rewind it, yeah.
And, okay.
Elementary education. What shape is the U.S. Pentagon building?
Okay, the Pentagon building.
Isn't it just a square?
How many U.S. senators are there?
Come on now.
6, 7.
7.
How many amendments are in the Bill of Rights?
There's a lot.
A lot.
I know 17.
What?
Who won the Civil War?
It's East or West, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's the Civil War, so it's the civilians versus whoever was in power. How many justices are on the Supreme Court?
Justices. Mm-hmm. So like when you say that, like you mean like the FBI?
No, hon. No.
Who is on the $100 bill?
Oh, I know.
Abraham Lincoln.
Pause it. Have these guys ever heard a rap song?
It's a rap
I
video.
know.
All about the Benjamins?
Benjamins. And it's a TV show and a movie.
Come
It's
on.
like
Come on now.
all of it.
All right, let's see it. Was that the end?
Hold on a second. Like every rap
Good
video.
Gosh. Yeah.
Features this act right here.
Hello?
Yes. See this? Zoom in on my Benjamins, would you? See that?
Yep.
There, I can't. Here.
That one's not that hard.
No, it's not. It's in the name.
You know? Okay.
Oh, look at that. It's Abraham Lincoln and his
No.
coonskin and cap. No.
Isn't it, is it Bill Clinton?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's Bill Clinton, right? Right, that's right. Isn't it? Right? Jeez. All right, we got this great song sent to us by PatHead Rob Tavel. He's not tired of winning yet.
Oh, yeah, we'll post this on Twitter, too.
Yeah. Check this out. This is fun, too.
Hit the gravel, souls running hot, paid our dues for freedom, gave all we got. Flag cuts the wind, America's back. Mag is my thunderstorming down the track.
Yeah.
Rust belt to tailgate, we're gonna shout tonight. Whiskey's up, fist pump, under fight night lights. I ain't tired of winning yet. Hands on the wheel, heartland's alive, this comeback's real. Through every fight we met, raise that flag high. I ain't tired of winning yet. Scars tell stories through the pinewood air. Forge this grit on Porsche's blood, sweat and steel to spare. Tailgates rocking, we're MAGA through and through. Greatness rising, boots stomping the truth. Flatbed to back roads, we're burning alive. Diesel's drive. I ain't tired of winning yet. Hands on the wheel, heartland's alive. This comeback's real. Bruised and loud through every fight we met. Raise that flag high. I ain't tired of winning yet. Can choke on their high-born lies with the steel that's rising. The phoenix flies, borders locked, jobs rolling, stakes are set. Bleed for this dirt. I ain't tired of winning.
Ain't tired of winning yet. We're going to post that, and you can listen to it online. Great stuff, though, from Rob. Thank you for that. Did you see that Volodymyr Zelensky just said...
Yes.
What is this, man?
What does that mean?
Just said that Vladimir Putin is going to die soon. What?
Boy, that'll help the peace talks.
Right?
Yeah, wouldn't it? I don't know if that's a reference to some health issue.
Yeah.
He's been rumored to be sick for a long time. Does Zelensky have some kind of intelligence on that situation? Or is he saying that Ukraine is going to somehow kill him soon?
Right?
Not helpful either way.
Yeah. Weird. That's weird. So, I don't know, but that's what he said. He said that he's about to die soon. He will die soon. And, that's a fact, and it will come to an end. What will? The war?
I don't
His
know.
life? I mean, very strange. Really strange comment there. And there's also this story that really irritated me from Gymshark. Are you familiar with Gymshark? I guess it's
I don't think so.
It's one of those fitness centers in UK.
Oh, it requires exercise?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
It's a UK fitness brand.
Okay.
So not only am I unfamiliar with UK businesses, I'm unfamiliar with fitness
in the UK
businesses anywhere.
Oh, anywhere.
Anywhere on the planet. Yeah. Alex Earle is she is an influencer, and she has over 7 million followers on TikTok. She also hosts a podcast, because everybody does. Every living organism on the planet has a podcast. But she signed a contract with Gymshark for $1 million. And first of all, it's amazing, because here's what she got for $1 million. Here's what Gymshark was supposed to get for the $1 million. 3 posts on TikTok and 4 posts on her Instagram account. And for that, you get $1 million? Nice.
Oh, God.
Well, they canceled the contract because of one of her tweets.
Oh, no.
Yeah. In fact, I think this was it was a post on Instagram, so it wasn't a tweet. But here's what she said after the attack on October 7th on Israel. Okay, so after the Hamas massacre of Jews, she said, now and always we stand with the people of Israel. Oh, no.
It's inflammatory. Right
How
there.
dare you say that? So what happens? People started posting anti-Zionist stuff. One of the responses was, why do you have a Zionist in your ad? Answer quickly. All right, well, how about this? We're proud to do business with a woman who doesn't condone the massacre of Jews. And if you do, we don't want your business anyway. So beat it. How about that? I mean, but no, Gymshark canceled her contract because they're such despicable cowards that they can't stand up to the freaks who were supporting the massacre of Jews in Israel. Wow. If you ever have a chance to go to a Gymshark, don't. They should definitely be boycotted for canceling this woman's contract. She's sued them, and I guess they just settled. Didn't say what the settlement was, but these businesses who cave in to a couple of tweets or Instagram posts are absolutely despicable.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.